when talking about rights and our own rights, we tend to enter a very self-centered mindset when we talk about them, and it's really something much bigger than that. And I think one criticism of the church in large, over probably most of its history even really, would be that you can clearly see when it's taken on a self-centered, lack of kingdom of God mindset, where we have the example of who Jesus is and what he looked like and how he walked, and we've kind of gone, not like that, we're going to do this.
Yeah, exactly. Martin Luther wrote in the 1520s, when the peasants were rebelling, he said, everyone shouting about their rights means no one is shouting about love. Love dies when you insist on your rights. And you think about the fractured relationships that often end up in court. The question becomes one of weighing the claims of different rights and entitlements, which is then left to a judge to sort out. And how well does that work out? And there's the challenge of what I call the responsibility to protect. We have that as a charter that was approved by the United Nations, although almost as soon as it was approved, all the groups that signed on it said, well, this is going to be expensive. We're going to be busy out there in the world. We're going to lose people. We're going to lose treasure. We're going to lose military equipment. We're going to lose popularity, because if you apply right to protect to a population that's in danger of survival, then what do we do with that? Does the whole UN then pile into Russia, or into the Ethiopian government in Addis Ababa, or onto the Tigray rebels? Or do we all pile into China on behalf of the several million persecuted Christians? With the might of the UN? That's a recipe for chaos.
Right.
Especially because not everyone agrees on what rights we all should have. So there's where I wrestle with this question of rights and entitlements on the megasphere. Responsibility to protect is, I think, a very interesting document, because it is a moral proclamation with the claim that the United Nations has a right to send out forces to protect groups from genocide. That's a great statement. But if other people don't have the responsibility, or as a Canadian defense minister that I met years ago said, if we don't even have the means to protect people, which is our dilemma right now in Canada, even if we went to declare a right to protect a population, we don't have a lot of good equipment to do that right now. We gave a lot of that up after Afghanistan. And in the case of Afghanistan, there are a lot of people who think that was a mistake. I have my own thoughts about that. But the responsibility to protect who or whom in a country is complicated, because it costs, responsibilities cost. And I don't know if rights and costs are compatible. I think that's a question for a lot of us to weigh. Because Jesus says, in the words of one famous theologian, come with me and die.
Not a small thing.
No kidding. and not if you think you're entitled to not do it. Who's on the throne?